Motherfuckers, I have to fuck you dance and grab your fucking convention fucking high heel fucking asshole shoes, man. Fucking have a good time and get the fuck out. We got your $10 already. We don't give a fuck. Let somebody, man, let the kids in front. They wanna have a good time. Let them fucking dance. Well, you fucking smelly motherfuckers. Who the fucking wanna dance next to after anyway? They can stop so long.
In a tube.
Living on a Chinese
lived on Cheney Walk. It was called London. Yeah, something on the go. Pretty but not quite too far.
Heroin. Men i Sverige har de breda opinionerna inte accepterat de här nya signalerna. Och det var därför fallet Johnny Thunders blev något av en kulturchock när han var här i våras. Vi ska belysa det här genom att sända ett avsnitt tänkt för TV:s ungdomsprogram Måndagsbörsen. Det är en del av ett inslag som redaktionen för programmet stoppade. De ansåg att det var faktiskt helt olämpligt för en ungdomspublik.
Well, you can't seem okay. Who's got a cigarette? Who's got a cigarette? Well, you know, yeah, I know, you've got so many redheads. Oh, what's the boy gonna do but go out with a blonde? 'Cause you're just another gal, that's what you are. Yes, just another gal, pretty but not quite too much. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay, we're gonna end this shit with a little yard bird.
Jag kan hända tycker någon att man bara borde gå förbi Johnny Thunders med en slags barmhärtig tystnad, betrakta honom som en privat tragedi. Men det är faktiskt så att Johnny Thunders säljer mycket plattor här i Sverige och han har inspirerat många svenska musiker. Dessutom marknadsför han sin egen olycka när han ska sälja sina plattor och gör det som någon slags spännande grej. Han är en av de som personifierar källorna till dagens ungdomskultur och det tycker vi är intressant och det var därför vi skickade Per Falkman till New York för att träffa Johnny Thunders. Och Per, det blev något av en kulturchock för dig också när du mötte honom.
Ja, det blev det ju verkligen. Jag träffade först några av hans kompisar och managers eller vad det ska kallas för och de sa att det var bra att du kommer nu, Johnny är i så fin form. Han har slutat knarka. Och så dök han upp och såg ut som ett lik. Det var ruskigt att se honom. Och omedelbart åkte upp en burk kokain som gick laget runt och började bjuda oss då, vilket vi avböjde då förstås. Och jag kunde inte att det blev fråga. Men sa du inte alldeles nyss att han hade slutat knarka? Jo, han har slutat knarka, men alltså kokain och opium, det kör han ju, och kröka och så. Så det var ju någonting alldeles egendomligt för mig. Sen kan man säga också att när det gäller till exempel marijuana så att det finns en beräkning på att 10% av det amerikanska folket använder marijuana. Alltså man kan se folk, kritstrecksvänliga herrar går på gatan och röka en joint. De har en helt annan kultur. Det finns en tidning som har tagit med mig som heter High Times som bara behandlar utkanterna av den här drogkulturen. Där till exempel finns ett uppslag med en massa olika amfetaminpreparat som man ska kunna känna igen en stor artikel som heter Cocaine Confidential. Field Tester, så står en kille då och sniffar i sig kokain.
Det är en provtest alltså?
Ja, uppenbarligen. Jag har flera sidor här. Här är postorder. Jag skickar efter sånt här pulver som man ska blanda ut kokainet med. Här är något alldeles enastående. En, vad kallar det för? Börsnotering vad knarket kostar i olika typer av knark i olika länder. Danmark, Black Afghani hash kostar så mycket, tillgången är god och så vidare.
Okej, tack Per.
Jag kan bläddra längre.
Får jag fråga, sa Johnny Sanders någonting om sitt framträdande på måndagsbörsen?
Ja, han sa att han tyckte inte det var så mycket att bråka om. Han förstod inte vad det blev sånt liv för. Frågan är om han menade allvar han sa det, för man märker tydligt i den här intervjun som vi strax ska se att han pendlar mellan sina två roller. Dels då ska han leva upp till rockmyten, den coola, arroganta Johnny Sanders som ger lite säkra svar. Men då kommer han också fram och är den här söndertrasade, allvarliga, utnyttjade grabben från Queens. Och ni kommer säkert att märka när han spelar vilken roll.
I hope this isn't going to be one of those boring interviews about drugs.
Pardon?
I hope this isn't going to be one of those boring interviews about drugs.
You don't like to talk about it?
I think enough's been said.
Him exist anymore. You know, it just brings back memories of what once was. You know, music's all big business now, and he's the truth, what exists.
Have you ever regretted that you started with drugs?
I've regretted it.
New York har ett egendomligt sug. New York kan skärma och förföra, våldta och massakrera. Johnny Sanders är född i New York, formad av New York. Här hade han sina vänner, här har han sin publik. Men vad ser publiken i Johnny Sanders? Jag gillar Johnny för att han är knarkare, säger en i den här filmen. Johnnys personliga problem skiter väl jag i, säger en annan. Johnny är en av de sista, säger en tjej. De flesta har försvunnit eller dött, säger hon, och verkar tycka att det är jättehäftigt. Och om Johnny knarkar ihjäl sig så kommer de här människorna förmodligen att skryta med att de var på hans sista konsert, eller näst sista. Johnny är musiker och poet. Han klagar på att ingen egentligen lyssnar på vad han har att säga. Hans drogade publik tycks tro att de är på gladiatorspel. Någon ska dö. Och monstret sprider sig.
I grew up with just my mother and my sister. And, you know, I fight for every inch that you, every notch you got on your gun, I guess I could say.
Do you remember your dreams for the future when you were, say, 10, 15 years old?
I was going to become a baseball player, but I made the varsity baseball team when I was a freshman in high school. And they told me either cut your hair or you can't be on the baseball team. So I left school, quit school, and started my own business, making money, and started playing guitar.
And which were your dreams as a rock musician at that time?
And the dreams were, you know, to
make the kids dance.
And make kids dance.
All the way to see Johnny. Sunday because he's fabulous. He's cool. Edie, what's great about him? His skin.
His crooks.
His profile.
His crooks. He has the best crooks in the business.
That's why?
Crooks.
He does.
Crook of your arm.
He has a nice profile. He's fabulous. It's fabulous too.
Yeah, I like junkies.
I was already in my 20s when I met Johnny. He came from Queens, and me and Johnny met, and Syl, and then David and Arthur, and then we formed the Dolls.
Do you remember when you first got in contact with drugs?
Pretty late in life, actually. That whole drug era in the late 60s, for some reason, even though most kids my age were getting into drugs, I never got into it, really. Not even smoking pot, not drinking, no hard drugs. But it seemed like after it was all over, and I was already in my late 20s, 27, 28 already, and it was after the Dolls even were over, I started experimenting with drugs, and unfortunately with the wrong kind of drugs, real hardcore, addicting drugs like heroin. And me and Johnny sort of got into that at first for a while.
At the same time, or had he been on it for a longer time?
No, not really. Like I said, very late in life, and but it's such an addictive drug. It was a little too late before we found out enough information about it, before we realized what we were getting into. It was much too late.
Have you seen any of your younger friends, musicians, start with drugs?
Yeah, I see a lot of it.
What do you do when you see it?
Well, I do the best I can. I mean, I can't do too much for everybody because I don't know everybody. But anybody I know or see getting into it, I'll at least give them my opinion. Maybe if they respect me enough, at least through the music, maybe they'll realize or think I know what I'm talking about. Maybe it'll help. I think some people I've talked to have listened to me and have been lucky enough to learn a lot about drugs. See, that's my misfortune. I knew nothing about drugs and what it could do. I ignored it. I just didn't have the knowledge of it.
What impact do you think the drug-addicted artist has on his audience, his public?
That's kind of varies, I guess. Some people might look at it as a romantic type of thing where they say, "Wow, I guess they're that good because they're on drugs." But that is definitely not so. I think a musician that just sticks to his art and spends more time on that than he does on drugs or anything else has more chance of creating a lot more. I think drugs really do interfere with your creativity. I know it has with me. I know it has. Yes, Johnny. He's done much better when we were younger. We've got a lot more accomplished without drugs than we have with drugs. But I mean, we know that now, and he knows it. I think he just needs a little bit more of a chance than maybe I had or something.
Hey, the junk don't affect him. The junk don't affect him. You can quote him on that.
What can I say? The guy's a doll.
Quote him on that.
He's consistent. I always see him. Sometimes he puts on a good show. Sometimes it's not so good, but you can always count on his music to be good. That's why he's good, because his music is good.
Most every gig I go to, there's all kinds of young kids, all kinds of people coming in trying to turn you on with drugs and stuff like that.
Trying to turn you on?
Well, a lot of people show up at gigs with drugs, maybe to impress you, to set up some kind of a relationship with you. They think that's the way to get your attention, which it's not. They don't know that. I do. I've been doing it for 22 some odd years. I've been playing. So I'm used to this. They're not used to it. Most of these kids, it's new to them. They don't realize that all you got to do is sit down and talk normal to make friends. But as long as it's up to myself. It's up to each individual what they want to do.
Is it really? Isn't it up to me if you take heavy drugs?
Is it up to you if I take them?
Yeah. Is it? It's a question.
I don't know. I don't know. You answer it. I don't know. It's up to myself what I want to do with my life, But from what I see, I think drugs interfere with a person's creativity. Especially, maybe at the beginning, the person may not realize it. They may think it gets them into it.
Is it my business if you take heavy drugs? Well, I mean, the average man on the street, is it his business if some musicians or teenage idols take heavy drugs?
I don't think it's his business unless he wants to make it his business. It's up to him if he wants to.
As long as he plays good music, I don't care what he does in his personal life, It's none of my business.
I mean, I play music, that's what I do. I'm not a professional drug taker. I don't think.
The last time I saw him, he was up in the dressing room of National Kansas City. He was shooting ice water, and couldn't make the show. And I hope he makes it on stage tonight. He sounded pretty good, but I've always thought he was real good. That's about it. Music's alright. Real good New York style rock and roll. Not a lot of people doing that anymore. Most of them are dead or they sold out. But it's like the last sort of New York band that's left, It's been sort of, he's a drug addict. He doesn't pretend he's anything else but a drug addict. Doesn't make sense.
Do you remember when you started with drugs?
Drugs, yeah.
Tell me about it. How did you start?
I started smoking pot. I guess the regular kids do. Guns are heavier things. I guess it's a hard thing to get out of once you start.
Do you remember when you started shooting?
Yeah.
Do you remember why you started?
From and nothing like that. There was no problems like a lot of kids start because they're bored and lonely, and it makes them feel like they're alive, I guess, just for having fun.
What do you think about that nowadays?
I think it was has a lot to do with the way people look at me and think of me. But I would never, first of all, turn anyone on to drugs. I think it's, it's a hard thing to handle, And once you get into it, it's really rough to get out of.
What would you do if you saw a young kid in your band trying to start shooting? Would you do anything about it?
Well, I'm not one, I can't preach to anyone because I'm not one to speak. I've always told everyone that's started doing it, if they don't know what they're in for, It's not, an easy life.
How would you say it has affected your mind and your music?
My mind?
Yeah.
I think it's done anything to my mind. All my music, because, I've played rock and roll before I started taking drugs and play rock and roll now.
Would you have been a better rock and roll musician if you hadn't started with drugs?
I don't know if I would have been better, but I would have been successful a long time ago.
Successful in what terms?
Having a lot of money.
But that's not why you play. But still you wouldn't...
I know it helps.
Yeah. But you wanted to get out of the drugs.
I've never ever wanted really to stop.
What's going to happen to you?
I don't know what's going to happen to you.
But I don't take drugs.
So, you get by a car when you cross the street. What's going to happen, that's the way life goes, you can't predict the future.
So you don't have a will to get rid of the drugs for yourself?
I don't find them as a major problem for me.
What impact do you think a drug addict artist has on his audience?
I mean, I think every artist that ever said something to the people that they listen to, was hooked on something, I'm sure. Anybody good, at least.
So you don't feel any sort of responsibility for the young kids not to use dope?
I mean, I'm not a preacher. I'm just being myself and doing what I do.
You were talking about your future dreams when you were 10, 15. What about your future dreams right now?
My dreams right now?
Yeah.
A lot of dreams. To get away from society, get an island somewhere, and just live there.
That would mean
too many people, thinking they know what I am and what I'm trying to do, and nobody knows what I am and what I want to be and what I want to say. Nobody really listens.
That makes you want to just leave.
Yeah.
That means you won't play or...
I still make records.
But you want to go away from everything.
Yeah. For a while.
To find what?
Maybe myself.
Do you have any artistic dreams for the future?
Just to make kids listen to what I'm saying, listen to the words, find out that I have a heart and human being.